So you want to achieve financial freedom. David Lombard, coming to you live from my home office here in Philadelphia. I applaud you. Hold on one second. So again, congratulations on looking to the future, achieving financial freedom. What does it mean to achieve financial freedom? Different people have different definitions. And I'm coming to you live because once upon a time, I had to go to a job. Once upon a time, I had to hammer the phone 40 dials a day, sweating going to the networking event after I finished my dials, doing a three-way call, which is something in the home business industry maybe some of you know about. Conference calls, mandatory. I was what Tim Ferriss calls the bottleneck in my business, meaning that if I wasn't there, the business isn't going to run. And I know a lot of millionaires like that. I have a lot of friends and mentors who, if they're not there at least part of the time, the business doesn't run. The purpose of this, my friend, is to, one, help you create a crystal clear vision of what it is that you want. Because if you don't know, you know what you're fed up with, you obviously are seeking to achieve financial freedom. What's that going to mean for you? What's it going to mean for your family? Right? I mean, what are you going to do? Do you have a list of the places you're going to go? Do you have a list of the places you're going to stay? Do you have a list? Maybe if you're in like the sandwich generation where you have kids but you have parents, and maybe your parents got stuck in the thing that I almost got stuck in for a while. I did get stuck in for a while, that says the programming that says get a secure job and don't do what you love, but do what'll be secure and basically just surviving instead of thriving. It's cliche, but I mean, that's really what it is. And I'm just going to go ahead and adjust this. I hurt my back skateboarding, and which actually is a new thing I just picked up. I've been snowboarding for a couple decades. Started when I was a kid skateboarding, gave up on it, was taught to quit, yada, yada. Long story short, I hurt myself, so I'm kind of reclining while I do this here on this sunny Philadelphia morning at 10:07 a.m., on December 15th. And it's because I learned to create an asset. I learned to do what Tim Ferriss is talking about and have a machine working for me that I put effort into, a lot of effort in the beginning, and then I fund it. And, so anyway, getting back to creating a crystal clear vision. Because the thing is, if you don't know what you want, one of the biggest nuggets that I've gotten this year is this. Overwhelm, right? Overwhelm happens only when you don't have a clear outcome in mind. Now, you may already have a business, and so the second purpose of this video is we'll show you how to do it in whatever business you're in. But maybe you're seeking kind of like the business in the box that Tim Ferriss describes in his book, The 4-Hour Workweek, but you don't want to go reinvent the wheel, right? So we'll assist you with that too. And then at the end, I have something very special for you, no matter what it is that you want to do, because I really want to see people discovering their purpose. I really want to see people discovering that thing that they put down. That's why I prepared this special on the link below. But watch to the end, because you're going to get some insight out of this. But I prepared it because only now, even when I discovered entrepreneurialism on this day, have you ever had a day where you had to make a choice? Have you ever had a day where something happened to you and you just knew, and there was like this rush, and there was this moment, and your heart was pounding? Well, April 3rd of 2008, I picked my word out of the box. When we pick words, we have a box of virtues. I picked my word, and it's just like 100 different virtues, right? And I picked my word out of that box that day, and I've never gotten this word since. You know what the word was? Trust. The word was trust. And I trusted everything that happened that day. And that day, someone introduced me to entrepreneurialism in the form of network marketing in the home-based business. Now, that's an entrance point for many people, and you may not always stay there, but it changes your mindset into this idea of designing my life versus trading time for dollars. Now, I may be preaching to the choir if you're already in it, or if you have a traditional business, there's ways to scale it, and there's ways to do marketing so that you don't have to be the bottleneck in it. But that was my word. My word was trust, and I decided and I trusted. And I listened to my intuition, not my left brain, analytical, egoic mind that says, well, but what about this? But what about this? What about that? I trusted my gut. Maybe you're somebody who is very analytical and you need systems. You need clearly defined steps laid out for you. That's what I didn't have in my last business, and that's what, because I decided to make a decision and listen to somebody who had what I wanted. A friend of mine who was building multiple businesses, all from one blog, making $400,000 a month now. A month, right? Talk about financial freedom. That's how you achieve financial freedom. But he worked his ass off, man. I mean, 18-hour days, it was insane. But he put this system together. And he said to me, he said, Dave, you love video, you love speaking, but you don't do it that often. You're kind of inconsistent with it. I see you here and there. You write some articles, you write some blogs, they're decent. Why don't you just focus on that? Why don't you tap into your creativity? Why don't you tap into what you're good at and what you love doing? What did you want to be when you grow up? Where did you want to be when you were going to go to college and all that? And I said photojournalism. I wanted to be a snowboard photojournalist. And because I trusted, and he said, Dave, I have a way that you can build this business without getting on the phone, without hammering the phone, 40 calls a day, doing 3-way calls on a Bluetooth, driving on the way to a networking event, right? He said, I got a way that you can do this without doing that. And it's going to be, once you decide to step into your passions, I got a system. And pardon all the shaking here, my friend. I got to get comfortable. My back's killing me right now. I'm seeing the chiropractor tomorrow. He said, if you follow what you're doing and you use this system, we'll show you how to do marketing just once a day for 90 minutes a day. Once you get it going, it's going to be a lot of work in the beginning. But if you can do a little paid advertising, we're going to show you how to fund this thing to have customers coming in daily. And I went from making a sale a week to now experiencing quite a lot of the time every day coming in. And that's why now it's 10:12 on a Friday morning. And I'm sitting here, you probably just saw I got my Puma comfy, stretchy running pants on, And I'm sitting here on the couch doing this video for you guys. You can achieve financial freedom, but you have to know. You have to know when the moment is there. You have to know when it's time to make a decision. And maybe you feel those auspicious winds of like something on your back, pushing you like, I can just feel it. My heart's pounding. Something's going to happen. This is the moment, right? That's it. And, when you click below, you'll see. Now, if you don't have a clear vision, or at least an idea of what you want to do more of with your kids, what would you do more of with them? What would you buy? What else did you want to get them for the holidays maybe? Or where do you want to take your girlfriend, your wife, your husband, your boyfriend? What would you do with them? Where would you go? What adventures would you have? Do you have them written down? Well, that's the first step in achieving financial freedom. That's step one. And then knowing that you're in the right place at the right time, and knowing the most successful people take a chance. I mean, like clicking the link below to see a plan to do this, no matter what kind of business you're in. Is that taking a chance? It's an email. You put your email address in. It's a big chance, but you got to know when you're in the right place at the right time. And like I said, had I not said yes and made a decision and whipped out my credit card on April 3rd of 2008, I wouldn't be here now being able to share this with you. Don't you see? And then I look back because I made a decision. I see all the events that lined up to make this happen. First entrepreneurialism, the home-based business world, then internet marketing, and now it's evolved into this, me being able to share this with you. Because what is that thing that you put down? What's that hobby? What's that thing that people told you were good at? And in deep, there's this saying that says, check this out. Old resolutions not fulfilled will wash up like driftwood on the shores of the mind. It's powerful, right? I heard that. I almost fell out of my chair. Unfulfilled resolutions will continue, even years later, to wash up on the shores of the mind like driftwood washing up on the shore. What is it that you know that you're good at? That link below will show you how to do that and make a ton of money if you focus, if you come from the heart, and if you work your ass off, and if you follow systems and you're coachable. But what is it? What would it look like for you? What would it feel like? What would it feel like to tap into something you're great at? Do you love speaking? Do you love writing? Do you love crunching numbers? Maybe you're an analytical numbers guy, like I said, or girl. What would it feel just to do that all day long? And then to be able to help other people do that too. What's the first trip you'd take? What would that look like? What would it feel like to get up in the morning when you wanted to get up? And speaking of alarms, let me turn this iCal alarm off. You can design your life. I'm telling you right now, this is where we're going to make a shift right now in the video. You can do whatever you want. You can achieve financial freedom. But you need to have the way where you're not a bottleneck in the business. What's the fastest way to create an asset that you can then take and invest in whatever the heck you want? You want to go into gold and real estate and all these other kind of things in Forex trading, that's great. But you have to know when you're in the right place at the right time. You got to know when there's a proven system where average people are creating income using a system, no matter what business they're in, or if they need a business in a box, it's there for them too. I want to help you do this. Click below now, and we're going to show you exactly what you're going to feel like when you make a decision. And I know you can do this. So I will see you on the other side. David Lombard, and I cannot wait to connect with you and help you achieve financial freedom. And talk to you soon.